Somehow I always end up the dirtiest, even more so than the kids. I don't understand why, but Jen and I talk about it all the time, and somehow this always happens, that I get beyond filthy dirty every single time I work out here. Morning. It's a special weekday edition of Part-Time Weekend Rancher. It's actually Wednesday. I was able to take the day off today. I was actually trying to get new tires on the truck and then also do some things around the house, but the weather's supposed to be amazing today. It's supposed to be a high of like 71, 72, so decided to come out here to the ranch instead. Got 3 main projects I'm going to try to get done today, and actually by myself. Jen and the kids stayed home today, so going to try to finish building the board fence by the casita, all those posts that we punched a couple of days ago. Also try to take down or take apart the broken parts on the cutter that you saw. And I don't have the parts yet, but we're going to go ahead and just try to take it apart and see. So next weekend when we come back up, everything will be ready for us to put it back together. And then lastly, try to lay down tile in the utility laundry room, and that way we have an upcoming 3 or 4 day weekend with the 4th of July, so we'll be in a really good place to finish those last projects and then hopefully start mowing again. So one of the first things I got to do this morning is I loaded up the trailer with all the supplies that we're going to need to build the fence, and then I got to go ahead and put some of the boards on the back of the trailer. So I got the skid steer here. I'll turn it on really quick and then go ahead and put it on the trailer, and then move the trailer over there to the driveway, and we'll get started. So just got done building the 4-board fence. As you can see, it started around 8. It's just 2 o'clock right now, so it took about 6 hours to complete from end to end, and it's roughly 300 feet, or a little shy of 300 feet. So it's a little slower when you have one person doing it and you don't have Joshua and Stella helping you, or Jennifer as well. So especially that top board and cutting all the little pieces. So project number 1 is done. I'm gonna go take a little break, get something to drink and some candy for lunch, and then we're gonna go try to work on the 15-foot cutter, see if I could disassemble it. All right, so project number 2, as was evidenced a couple of days ago, we had an incident with the cutter. Shedded everything off. I ordered the parts, the dish pan. We already had the blades and we already had the bolts. The dish pan comes with this already attached. So what I'm going to try to do today is actually just disassemble everything, so when we do get the parts and we come back out here next time, it's one less thing we got to do versus taking it off. Hopefully it's already done and then we put it back on, and it saves us a little bit of time. The other thing, and the more easier thing that I'm going to start off with, is we blew a hydraulic hose. So we got one redone with the appropriate couplers. So I'm going to do that first. Unhook it from the SCV, I think it's called, and from the back over there, and then just run the new line. The one of them that's currently on there, we borrowed from the auger or the drill. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. That shouldn't take very long. It shouldn't be hard at all. Just put it all back and then put the new line, zip tie it, and get it all ready to go. So just got done. Like I said, it didn't take us very long. I changed this one out. As you can see, it's really shiny and new. So it controls lifting the cutter back up and down. So zip tied it to the other line, ran it the way it was supposed to be run, connected it back up over there, so it's good to go. It's pretty important to have zip ties, duct tape, and WD-40 while you're out here. Those three things, along with a crescent wrench, I don't think you can go wrong. So there it is. As discussed, we went ahead and bought my Father's Day present, which is a cordless impact wrench or drill. I researched it and it said that this was actually one of the better ones. The manual on the cutter says that that bolt, or the nut on that bolt, is torqued at 400 foot-pounds. And this thing has 3 settings. It has 1, 2, and 3. 1 does 100 foot-pounds, 3 does, I think, 300 foot-pounds, and then, I'm sorry, 2 does 300 foot-pounds, and then 3, setting 3, the highest, is supposed to do 700 foot-pounds. So we are going to try and see if this works, or if I'm going to take it back and return it and say it did not. I'm hoping you can see that, but I have the nut lined up with the axis hole, and because it's just me, I need to jerry rig a chain to keep the pan from moving. So we're going to go ahead and give it a try, see if this works. Alright, let's see if this works. Make sure it's going the right way. It's tightening it. Let's try this again. It did not work at level 2, so we're going to go to 3. I scared all the cows that were hanging out by the big sycamore. It's turning. Woo! That's a beautiful thing. It paid off. It worked. I can get it out. There you go. So you had to put it on level 3, which is the most, I think 700-800 pounds, and took off the nut. So looks like it's gonna work. So like usual, we've ran into a couple of problems. One is I have a 1 by 11/16 or 43 millimeter socket, and it will not fit that main spindle nut. So it seems like I need to get 1 or 2 sizes bigger. I've ordered the nut. It should be coming in, I think, by Friday, and then I was going to take it in and see what size socket I needed to get. So I don't think that'd be the issue. I took out the cotter pin, which wasn't too hard. The other issue is, even though we did take out, let's see if I can show you. Even though we were able to take out that nut from that bolt there, the bolt is keyed, meaning it has a groove, and now I can't push the bolt out, and I'm thinking it's because it was damaged and it might have been bent when all this happened. So I was going to try the other side and see if they come out. Like I said, we have extra blades, so they needed to be changed out anyways, and see if it's just maybe because the bolt is bent. I have 2 extra bolts and an entire set as well, the bolt, the washer, and the nut, so that should be fine. And then I have enough nuts to go around for all the different blades. The manufacturer recommends that you can leave the bolt and the washer, but the nut needs to be changed. You can't reuse it, so we bought enough of those to go around and change them all out. So I was able to make it work off. Like I mentioned, zip ties, WD-40, a crescent wrench, and some duct tape. So I soaked it from the back side, the inside, every which way, and let it work itself in, and then just pushed it out. If you can see right there, there's a key. It's that little indentation. the bolt has a key that fits into that spot so it doesn't spin when you're taking off the nut. But everything just came off in one big fell swoop. That's a pretty substantial hole. I'm assuming it just turned around, gave it so much torque, and when one side broke off, it just kept on spinning, and that side was the only thing holding it together. So I think we're in a pretty good spot here. I just got to get the right size socket to take off that main nut, and then we should be good. Like I said, the dish pan comes with this attached to it already, so it's just one big piece. We have the extra bolts and the blades, so we should hopefully be able to get back in business and start mowing the next time we come up. Alright, so since I got some good practice on that one side, like I said, we have extra blades for this. They're pretty chopped up. We've hit a lot of rocks and trees and everything else, so the pan is good, everything else is good on this. So I'm just going to change out the blades, replace the nut on the inside, and then we should be good. So it didn't take too long. I think the secret was just putting some WD-40, making its way in to the groove there where the key is, and then they just punch straight out. So we'll give it a try. So just changed out one of the blades on the other side, the good side, and you can see the difference. This one's the old one. It's pretty chipped and beat up. This is the brand new one. The manual says it's extremely important to figure out which rotation it is. I have the manual and it tells you how to put it down and make sure it goes in the right direction. So here's another comparison. So there's the old blade, and this is one of the new ones. And you can see some pretty good nicks on that blade. It's probably 10-12 pounds each blade, solid steel. So if you notice, it's actually not like razor sharp edge, it's just a blunt tip, but it goes so quick that it cuts the grass really well. So I changed out both blades on the left hand side. The directions say when you change one, you need to change the other one, because if you leave the old one on there, it's not balanced and it will actually cause a vibration, which isn't good. I am gonna attempt to change out the center one, which is a little more difficult. If you notice, the wings are easy, they come back up and it gives you plenty of area to work. Here there's access ports on top for me to go down, and then I'll have to crawl underneath and change them out and put them back on. I turned on the tractor and I raised the cutter as high as it could go via the hydraulics. I am putting a couple of 6-ton jack stands underneath. The cutter weighs, I think, 5,000 pounds, so these two jack stands should easily hold it in the event that the hydraulics fail. And then more importantly, if I don't do this and capture this on video and Jennifer sees this without the jack stands, I know I'll hear about it. So Jennifer, this is for you. Just got done changing out the center pan with the new blades. Not the pan, it's the old pan, but put new blades on. Kept the bolts and the washers. Put a new nut on every single one, as was recommended. And I gotta tell you, that is like the best Father's Day present ever. That thing is a champ. It didn't hesitate whatsoever to break loose those nuts, and you saw me trying to do it with the breaker bar or the multiplier, and it didn't work. I actually broke one of the attachments. So this thing, no problem, worked really well. All right, so I think it's been a pretty successful day. It's 5:40. I got the fence done by the casita, almost 300 feet, almost a football field, I guess. So that's done. Got the blades replaced on two sides, got that dish pan off on the bad side. Still waiting for the parts for that. Again, that impact, or the cordless impact drill wrench, that thing was amazing. So I would definitely recommend that. So the third thing I was wanting to do was lay down some tile in that utility laundry room, but I hate to say it, but I'm a little tired. I got to go to work tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna pass on that. And the reason I think it's okay to pass on it is because that's an inside job, like you're actually inside. So if it's raining, you can do it at night. If the weather's not good, it's the perfect time to do stuff like that. The main reason I'm out here today is to take advantage of the weather. It's towards the end of June, and we had this amazing cold front, so it's been like 73, 74 today. Overcast with some breeze, so I was like, heck, I'm gonna go to the ranch instead of getting new tires on the truck, which I'll do that this Saturday and drop it off. But I think overall, pretty good day. I'm gonna go to the casita, take a shower, and then head home. Hopefully be there by 9 o'clock tonight. Until next time.